Jonah, a prophet of God, received a clear and direct command from the Lord. Go to the great city of Nineveh and preach against it, because its wickedness has come up before me. But instead of obeying, Jonah chose to flee in the opposite direction. He went down to the port of Joppa, where he boarded a ship headed to Tarshish, attempting to escape from the Lord. Soon after the ship set sail, God sent a violent storm upon the sea. The sailors on board, terrified for their lives, began crying out to their gods and throwing cargo overboard to lighten the load. Meanwhile, Jonah was asleep below deck. The ship's captain woke him, urging him to pray to his God. They decided to cast lots to discover who was responsible for the calamity. The lot fell on Jonah. The sailors became curious about who Jonah was, and he gave them an account of what was happening. He admitted that he was fleeing from the Lord, the God of heaven who made the heavens and the earth. The sailors were terrified to hear that. He told them the only way to calm the storm was to throw him into the sea. Reluctantly, the sailors did so, and immediately the sea became calm. Overwhelmed by God's great power and a miraculous turn of the situation, the sailors began to worship the Lord, offering sacrifices and making vows to serve God. But Jonah's story did not only end in the water. As he sank into the depths of the sea, God appointed a great fish to swallow him. There inside the belly of the fish, Jonah remained for 3 days and 3 nights. In this dark and hopeless place, Jonah had no other choice but to cry out to God in prayer. Jonah recounted and described his prayer of desperation and how he called out to God from the depths of the sea. He acknowledged that though he had tried to flee, God still heard him. He described how he sank to the heart of the sea, the waters engulfing him, seaweed wrapping around his head, and his life fading away. Yet in his despair, he said to God, "I will look once more toward your holy temple. But you, O Lord my God, snatched me from the jaws of death." Jonah concluded with a declaration that salvation comes from the Lord alone. Moved by Jonah's repentance, God commanded the fish to vomit Jonah onto dry land, giving him a second chance. The story of Jonah and the great fish is more than a dramatic sea incident. It's a profound lesson on how God values obedience, and it shows his boundless grace. Sometimes God uses storms to redirect us. Sometimes difficulties in life are not punishments, but wake-up calls to turn us back to God's plan. Repentance leads to redemption. Even from the belly of a fish, Jonah's sincere prayer was heard.